Welcome to Week 7 in the NFL, the meaty part of the season, unless you're a Browns fan, in which case, booze is your friend. I'm Matt Ufford, here to preview the best games, joined by my pals Alex and Will. Alex, that shirt's not too wrinkled, is it new?
I always look fantastic.
All right, let's kick things off with Minnesota at Philadelphia. Oh, the Sam Bradford revenge game. I am curious to know what Philly fans think about Sam Bradford. Like,
you ran out of town, you little boy.
F you for leaving. It wasn't your choice, but F you anyway. Honestly, they probably should have traded Carson Wentz to Minnesota because he would be much more in his element, closer to North Dakota, where he'd go hunting during his day off. Where is there to hunt in Philadelphia?
You can only hunt people.
You have to go to West Philadelphia.
Their weekly purge.
That's Marvin Harrison's. He just can't get on his ground. Allegedly, Vikings defense is f***ing awesome.
I'm not sure Harrison Smith shouldn't win Defensive Player of the Year with how he's been playing.
He's awesome. He's like Earl Thomas, but more physical. Stephon Diggs, what's his status?
Too early in the week to know, but hopefully he gets back because he's fun.
Do they even need him? Because they've got Adam Thielen now. Who the f*** is Adam Thielen?
He's already the best white receiver in the NFL.
Whoa. We have to bleep white, right?
Yeah.
That won't make the cut.
Let's talk about the Minnesota running game because it is the worst running game in the NFL.
And you can't even pin it on Peterson's injury because he was awful when he played.
He was bad before he got injured. To the Vikings' credit, who needs a running game when the defense and special teams can't stop scoring? The Vikings are road favorites here, favored by 2.5. I got to take a Vikings defense that going up against a rookie quarterback, they've got some tape on now.
I think they're due for a loss. I think I'm gonna go Eagles.
I expected Sam Bradford's beautiful carriage to turn into a pumpkin like 3 games ago, but it hasn't.
It's
happened.
inevitable, and I'm banking it starts this week.
Up next on the docket, another early Sunday game, Washington at Detroit. Washington's won 4 in a row. You know what this is. Now we gotta deal with once you get Washington fans in your comments, it's like termites or like black mold. You just gotta tear the house down and build somewhere else. What's the deal with Washington?
Look who they've beaten. The Giants, Browns, Ravens, and Eagles.
I think there's the NFC East corollary where any team can win it.
No result means anything in the NFC East.
Let's talk about the Lions, who are pretty great on offense, and they need to be because they've got, I believe the word is historically bad defense, Alex? What's this?
119.3 passer rating allowed, which if that holds up would be the worst of all time. Making, Case Keenum and Brian Hoyer look like Tom Brady and Joe Montana.
Case Keenum, 27 of 32 for 321 yards and 3 touchdowns.
And a rushing touchdown.
Case Keenum.
They traded all those picks to draft him number 1, so.
Yeah, no.
It makes sense.
It does make sense. But let's talk about the Lions offense, which has been pretty great with, they lost Calvin Johnson and have kind of maintained an array of weapons. Golden Tate disappeared for the first 5 games. They were still getting it done. Theo Riddick has been a revelation. Then he got injured. They still produced.
When you have someone driving the offense, the caliber of Bob Cooter.
JBC in 2009, we got to talk about this. He was charged with aggravated burglary after climbing into a window and getting into a woman's bed.
He was just straight Goldilocks in it.
He was an offensive assistant with the Colts at the time. So
that explains it. With a boss of Jim Irsay.
Yeah, if you're 25 and you've had a few and your boss is Jim Irsay,
just feeding you ketamine,
you're gonna break in to somebody's house and crawl into bed, either to get away from Jim Irsay or on a dare from Jim Irsay. It's just gonna happen. No, Bob Cooter, now that he's aged a little bit into his 30s, a little bit more mature.
He looks like the stereotypical American in British films.
He's definitely red-faced and yelling at somebody in customer service. He still can't even hold a candle to the champ, Jim Caldwell.
Jim Caldwell arguably would be much worse to wake up to, and he's crawled into your bed through the window. Because he would just be kind of looking at you just.
He's like a black hole of emotion. Try to express something and time slows down to a standstill. The line on this game is Detroit by 1. You know what? I'll flip a coin and take the home team here.
Detroit.
New England versus Pittsburgh. Ooh, this would have been the game of the week, but Big Ben Roethlisberger out after having knee surgery. He tore his meniscus?
Yeah, I wouldn't completely rule him out though.
Get the f*** out.
Psychopath.
He's not gonna play. He's not gonna play. Ride out onto the field on a motorcycle without a helmet. I'm immortal! He is, man. He's like the football version of Jackass. I just had knee surgery, gonna get hit by 2 300-pound defensive tackles, woo!
He's the body that carries Krang.
Yeah, the body that carries Krang. All right, Rob Gronkowski. I would say his hamstring's pretty healthy.
Speaking of meat monsters,
John with Vontaze Burfict. That name doesn't sound real, but it's a real person who intentionally tries to end careers every single week. Hey, what's wrong with Julian Edelman? He averaged like 70 odd yards a game last year, and he's done like 43 and a half. Gotten worse since Brady come back.
is it a holiday hangover?
He just wants Jacoby Brissett.
He's too busy f***ing. That's what it is. He sprained his wrist swiping right.
More like Julian getting Hedelman.
No, it worked. Let's talk about the elephant room, and that is Tom Brady's non-endorsement of Donald Trump. I like how Tom Brady's like, oh, I'm not going to say anything. You guys are trying to make it a big deal. I don't want to be a distraction to the team. Motherfucker, you're the one that had the Make America Great hat in your locker. You were the one that advertised this. You can say something about him. You can say like, hey, you know what? Donald Trump has said a lot of things that I don't agree with, but he's been a friend to me in the past. And that's fine. Like, I think that if you were just honest instead of this like slippery brand that doesn't want to hurt his endorsements, we could all get behind that a little bit more.
Coward.
Coward. Pats by 7 in this game.
Steelers lost to the Dolphins.
I'm worried about that backdoor cover. I like the Patriots comfortably.
I think I'm going to take the Pats by a touchdown
Take
here.
the points.
You know who's also always worried about backdoor covers?
Oh boy.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Ayo.
He's a piece of
Sunday Night Football, NFC West leading Seahawks at the Cardinals, who are 3-3. Make or break point for the season for the Cardinals. Iffy so far. Carson Palmer has not looked himself. If they win this game, though, they're right back in the NFC West and becomes a horse race. David Johnson, he's a beautiful man. I will say All or Nothing, the Netflix series, the final episode, Cardinals get crushed in Carolina. After the game, David Johnson goes outside and his fiancée, who has been planning their wedding all season long and just talks about how she wants to spend more time with him. He is heartbroken. He has worked his entire life to get to pro football and just steps from the Super Bowl. That lifelong dream gets shattered. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry.
You're gonna
Run game is
my
working.
wedding.
It's the wedding now.
You're gonna help be part of the wedding planning, finally.
And his face in that moment is just, ugh. Other play on the Cardinals that I could never ever hate, Larry Fitzgerald. Just a class act.
Came into the league, everyone was just like, here's just another drunk Irishman, and he's proved everyone wrong.
Let's just go ahead and get to the point here. Arizona's favored by 2.5. I'm assuming you're gonna take the Cardinals,
Oh,
right?
you assume right.
Based on just being a hater?
I'm a hater.
I'm gonna take the Seahawks in this one. I was wrong last week about the Seahawks covering. Hey, maybe I'll be wrong again. Monday Night Football. Houston at Denver. A lot of names trading places over the last couple of years. Houston got rid of Coach Gary Kubiak and Wade Phillips, defensive coordinator. They went to Denver. Denver got rid of Brock Osweiler, who has, well, he led a comeback victory last week. The Cumbrock Kid, number 27 offense versus the number 28 offense. Can we figure out a way to get both defenses play each other? I don't know.
Let the offenses play during halftime, like the Pee-wee little exhibition things.
Yeah. Trevor Siemian versus Brock Osweiler getting through the Dr. Pepper. Oh, they're doing the chest passes through the Dr. Pepper cans. The line on this game is Denver by 7. I'll take the Broncos by 7.
Denver by a couple of touchdowns, yeah.
Ooh, sexy.
Pretty big.
Will, what do you think?
Yeah, Texans suck.
That is all for our Week 7 preview. Thank you very much for watching. We love it when you guys watch the show, when you comment, when you click on that thumbs up button, and when you subscribe to SB Nation for more amazing content, some of which doesn't even feature us, which, forget about that.
We'll have to check that. I don't think that's true.
Anyway, enjoy the games. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.